Since the first NCAA DI women's basketball tournament in 1982, countless record-setting performances have defined March Madness history. From clutch heroics to unstoppable scoring displays, 13 players have etched their names in history by dropping at least 41 points in a single tournament game. Using records from the official NCAA guides, we're diving into the most electrifying individual performances ever. Who holds the crown for the highest scoring game? Let's relive these unforgettable moments. At number 13, we have Morgan Williams' unforgettable 41-point explosion in 2017. Mississippi State's fearless guard put on a scoring clinic in the Elite Eight against Baylor, leading the Bulldogs to a thrilling 94-85 overtime victory. Her offensive brilliance was on full display as she knocked down shot after shot, refusing to let her team fall short. Williams' heroics didn't stop there. She carried her momentum into the Final Four, guiding Mississippi State to an even bigger upset over UConn in another overtime classic. Her incredible performance was the driving force behind the Bulldogs' first ever national championship game appearance. Known for her quickness and ability to finish in the clutch, Williams' name is forever etched in March Madness history. The 5'5" guard proved that size is no limitation when it comes to delivering legendary moments. With 41 points on one of the biggest stages, her performance remains one of the greatest in tournament history. Fans will always remember her as the heart and soul of Mississippi State's Cinderella run. Coming in at number 12, Candace Wiggins lit up the scoreboard with 41 points in 2008. The Stanford superstar followed up a jaw-dropping 44-point outing in the second round, with yet another offensive explosion in the Elite Eight against Maryland. Wiggins showcased her elite scoring ability, carving up the Terrapins' defense with a combination of three-pointers, mid-range jumpers, and aggressive drives to the hoop. Her leadership and clutch shooting propelled Stanford to a commanding 98-87 victory, securing their spot in the Final Four. The dynamic guard was unstoppable, proving why she was one of the most dominant players in college basketball. At number 11, Kiki Iriafen put Stanford on her back with a heroic 41-point masterpiece in 2024. Facing elimination in the second round against Iowa State, Iriafen delivered one of the most complete performances in tournament history. She dominated every aspect of the game, showcasing her elite footwork in the paint, a soft shooting touch, and relentless rebounding. Iriafen finished the night with an astonishing 16 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 blocks, and a steal, proving her impact went beyond just scoring. With the game on the line, she was perfect from the free throw line, going 9 for 9 in clutch moments to push Stanford past the Cyclones in overtime, 87-81. Her ability to take over the game kept the Cardinals' championship hopes alive, saving them from an early exit. Iriafen's dominance under the bright lights cemented her place in March Madness lore. She showcased poise, power, and precision, making her 41-point outing one of the most memorable in tournament history. Securing the number 10 spot, Jackie Stiles delivered a historic 41-point performance in 2001. The Missouri State legend etched her name in March Madness history with an unforgettable Sweet 16 showing against Duke. Known for her relentless scoring ability, Stiles put on a dazzling display, torching one of the nation's top defenses with an array of pull-up jumpers, fearless drives, and clutch baskets. With Missouri State's tournament dreams hanging in the balance, she single-handedly took over the final stretch, outscoring the entire Duke team 16-10 in the last 8 minutes and 11 seconds of the game. Her heroic efforts led to an 84-81 upset, sending Missouri State to the Elite Eight in dramatic fashion. Stiles' performance was a testament to her legendary work ethic and determination, proving that no moment was too big for her. She captivated basketball fans with her resilience and pure scoring brilliance. Even decades later, her electrifying effort remains one of the most iconic individual performances in women's March Madness history. Her legacy as one of the tournament's greatest scorers is forever secure. At number 9, Caitlin Clark stands alone with 3 electrifying 41-point performances in March Madness history. Her legendary 2023 tournament run saw her become the first player ever, male or female, to record consecutive 40-point games in NCAA tournament play. She first torched Louisville in the Elite Eight, not just scoring 41 points, but also delivering a historic 40-point triple-double with 12 assists and 10 rebounds, a feat never before achieved in tournament history. Clark wasn't done. She followed it up with another 40 41-point explosion in the Final Four, stunning number 1 overall seed South Carolina and snapping their 42-game winning streak. Her dazzling play carried Iowa to its first-ever national championship game, cementing her status as one of the most dominant scorers the game has ever seen. In 2024, she reached 41 points yet again, this time lighting up LSU in the Elite Eight with a record-tying 9 three-pointers and 12 assists. Whether orchestrating the offense, draining deep threes, or setting up teammates, Clark has redefined scoring excellence in March Madness. Her unmatched ability to deliver in high-stakes moments solidifies her as one of the greatest players in NCAA history. At number 8, Elizabeth Kitley delivered a heroic 42-point performance in 2022, despite Virginia Tech falling short. The Star Center was a one-woman wrecking crew for the Hokies in their first-round matchup against Florida Gulf Coast, pouring in a career-best 42 points in an unforgettable display of skill and determination. Despite her dominance, Virginia Tech struggled to keep pace with the upset-minded Eagles, who led for much of the second half. Kitley's relentless effort in the post, combined with her soft touch around the rim, kept the Hokies within striking distance. But she didn't get enough support from her teammates. Only one other Virginia Tech player managed to score in double figures. The game ended in heartbreak for the number 5 seed Hokies, as they fell 84-81 in one of the tournament's biggest shockers. Still, Kitley's remarkable scoring feat remains one of the highest individual outputs in March Madness history. Her performance was a testament to her skill, resilience, and ability to dominate on the grandest stage, even in defeat. At number 7, Marissa Coleman delivered one of the greatest individual comebacks in tournament history with a 42-point explosion in 2009. Facing a massive 18-point deficit against Vanderbilt in the Sweet 16, Coleman took over, leading a furious rally that saw Maryland claw its way back to victory. The versatile forward was unstoppable, attacking the basket, knocking down key jumpers, and crashing the boards with relentless energy. She not only dominated the scoring column, but also hauled in a game-high 15 rebounds, proving her all-around brilliance. With the game on the line, Coleman cemented her legacy by scoring the go-ahead basket with just 27.9 seconds remaining, sealing Maryland's dramatic 78-74 win. Her leadership, poise under pressure, and sheer scoring ability made this performance one for the ages. At number 6, Barbara Kennedy made history with a 43-point masterpiece in the very first women's NCAA tournament game in 1982. Though Clemson fell to Penn State in the first round, Kennedy's performance remains one of the most iconic in March Madness history. The prolific scorer was a dominant force throughout her career, finishing as the all-time leading scorer in ACC history with an astonishing 3,113 points. Her ability to score at will was on full display as she relentlessly attacked the Nittany Lions' defense, showcasing her polished post moves, mid-range jumpers, and sheer willpower. At number 5, Candace Wiggins lit up the scoreboard with an electrifying 44-point explosion in 2008. Stanford's superstar guard delivered one of the most well-rounded performances in tournament history during a second-round rout of UTEP, leading the Cardinal to a dominant 88-54 victory. Wiggins wasn't just scoring at an elite level, she also flirted with a triple-double, pulling down 10 rebounds and dishing out 8 assists to go along with her historic point total. Her ability to take over games on the biggest stage set her apart, and this outing was just one part of a legendary tournament run. Wiggins made history by becoming the only player ever to record 2 40-plus point performances in the same NCAA tournament, adding a 41-point showing against Maryland in the Elite Eight. Her versatility, leadership, and clutch play propelled Stanford to the national championship game, where she cemented her place among the greats. Few players have ever been able to dominate in as many ways as Wiggins, making her 44-point masterpiece one of the most unforgettable scoring showcases in tournament history. At number 4, Kelsey Mitchell delivered an unforgettable 45-point performance in the 2016 tournament, carrying Ohio State to victory. The Buckeyes needed every ounce of her scoring brilliance to fend off West Virginia in a hard-fought second-round battle, escaping with an 88-81 win. Mitchell was unstoppable, using her lightning-quick handles, deep shooting range, and fearless drives to the basket to torch the Mountaineers' defense. Her ability to score in bunches made her one of the most dangerous offensive players in in NCAA history, and this performance only solidified her legendary status. Even with West Virginia throwing double teams and constant pressure at her, Mitchell found ways to put points on the board, proving her ability to thrive under pressure. Despite Ohio State's eventual exit in the Sweet 16 at the hands of Tennessee, her 45-point explosion remains one of the highest-scoring individual performances in tournament history. Her elite scoring ability made her a nightmare matchup for any opponent, and this game stands as a testament to her relentless offensive firepower. March Madness is built on legendary performances, and Mitchell's 45-point masterpiece is undoubtedly one of the greatest of all time. At number 3, Jane Appel delivered a dominant 46-point performance that powered Stanford past Iowa State in 2009. The Cardinal star put on an offensive clinic, torching the Cyclones' defense with her elite footwork, post moves, and ability to finish around the rim. Nearly unstoppable in the paint, Appel carried Stanford to its 20th consecutive victory, showcasing why she was one of the most dominant post players in college basketball. Her sheer determination and skill allowed her to nearly single-handedly outscore Iowa State's entire roster, solidifying her performance as one of the greatest in tournament history. Appel's brilliance was the driving force behind Stanford's deep run that year, taking them all the way to the Final Four. At number 2, Sheryl Swoopes made history with a legendary 47-point explosion to secure Texas Tech's first-ever national championship in 1993. Her performance remains the highest-scoring individual game in women's Final Four history, a record that still stands more than 3 decades later. Swoopes was simply unstoppable, putting together a game for the ages as she carried the Lady Raiders to an 84-82 victory over Ohio State in the title game. Her ability to score from anywhere on the court, whether slashing to the rim, pulling up from mid-range jumpers, or draining deep shots, made her the ultimate offensive force. What made this performance even more special was that it came on the grandest stage, with a championship on the line. Not only did Swoopes score in volume, but she did so with efficiency, proving why she was one of the most dominant players the sport has ever seen. Her 47-point masterpiece is a defining moment in NCAA history, solidifying her legacy as one of the greatest players to ever step on the court. Texas Tech's triumph in 1993 remains their only national title, and Swoopes' heroics are the reason why. At number 1, Lori Bauman forever etched her name in the record books with an incredible 50-point performance in 1982. Her scoring masterpiece in the regional final against Maryland remains the highest-scoring individual game in NCAA tournament history, a record that still stands today. What makes her feat even more remarkable is that it happened before the introduction of the three-point line in 1987, meaning every one of her 21 made field goals came from inside the arc. She also converted 8 of 11 free throws and played all 40 minutes without committing a single turnover, an astonishing display of efficiency and endurance. Despite Drake falling short in an 89-78 loss, Bauman's record-breaking performance remains one of the most iconic moments in March Madness history. She went on to become the first woman in NCAA history to surpass 3,000 career points, cementing her legacy as one of the greatest scorers the game has ever seen. More than 4 decades later, her 50-point game remains the gold standard for individual excellence in the NCAA tournament, standing as an unbroken record that showcases her sheer dominance and talent. These legendary performances have cemented their place in March Madness history, proving that greatness shines brightest on the biggest stage. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more amazing basketball content.